Well, I won't bother you. I mean, I didn't prepare anything about historical events because we had a lot of historical references. And when I got the subject from Balfour to BDS, I just wanted to make a point of actuality, of actual dead-end, we say dead-end situation, and how to face it. Great Britain is not only an essential pillar of the empire, but it has also progressively deepened its ties to Israel, to the point where Great Britain assumes responsibility for the diplomatic demands of the Jewish state. The Zionist regime is in reality an obstacle to peace, except, of course, for a Pax Israelina and the maintenance of existing master-slave relationship. Excuse me my English, but I want to point out a very, to my point of view, a central thing. The Zionist ideology or regime cannot and will not live in peace. I mean, it's central to my point of view. In the DNA of the Zionism, there is, and it began in the 20s, 1920. In the kibbutzim, it was forbidden to take a member as an Arab, even if he was the companion of a Jewish member. In the 20s and 30s, the Jewish or Zionist establishment created all Jewish schools, Jewish trade unions, Jewish trade, everything was Jewish. And this specificity prevents the Israel to make peace. Why? Because for internal reasons, for people who know Israel, in Israel, the war outside prevents from civil war. The groups inside Israel are very antagonistic. I mean, between religious and laïcs and secular, between Sepharad and Ashkenaz, between Russian and others, and the tension it's a very harsh country, very violent, and if there was not the war outside, there would be civil war inside. So, from internal point of view, the Zionists cannot and don't want to make peace. You know, in 2002, the Arab League offered Israel a total peace, total, all what they wanted, diplomatic, commercial, and the Israelis were, I don't know, they were afraid. I mean, they rejected like it was, because, and there is another reason inside. Israel lives on an apartheid, how do you say it? An apartheid policy. That is to say, in Israel is the only country in the world where you have two scholar schools, I mean two scholar establishments. One is Jewish and one is Arab, from the from the school of 2 years to the bachelor, to the end of the high school. It's the only country which has this kind of scholarship. People, I don't know, people who know Israel, they can't get together. I mean, once I was told to make a conference about Israel, and I said, you know what struck me is the invisibility of the Arabs. The Arabs are composed 20 to 25% of the population. You don't see them. I mean, how they did it It's fantastic. I mean, you walk in London, in Paris, I mean, you see the strangers. In Israel, you don't see the Arabs. They put them in some villages away, and they don't talk to them, they don't mix to them. You know, for a parent, Jewish parent, that their child could get a relation with an Arab, they prefer, I think, to kill him. So if there is peace, Jews and Arabs will mix. I mean, why they would keep separated schools? For instance, this summer in a good Jewish town, you know that the towns in Israel, there are Jewish towns in Israel. Even Israeli Arabs are not allowed to live in Israeli towns. I give you an example. 3 months ago, in Afula is in the north of Israel, in the Galilee. You can check it. An Arab wanted to live there, to buy an apartment or a piece of land. And he had to go to the Supreme Court to get the authorization. And it was a scandal in Israel because a Jewish town? They call that a Jewish town inside Israel. So if there is peace, these people will mix, and it's the end of a Jewish state. It's a, how do you say, cauchemar? It's a
nightmare.
It's a nightmare. They want a Jewish state. And this state is getting more and more fascist, racist, and they hate Arabs. And they go like for instance, in the University of Beersheba, they made a poll among the Jewish students, and 50% of them, students, they say, why we shouldn't give civil rights to Israeli Arabs? It looks to them, it looks like natural. And it's natural to them. I have family, all my family lives in Israel. When I say family, means brothers, sisters, nephews, cousins, uncles, and all my family from Morocco went there. And I know very well the mentality, the situation. Second reason why Israel cannot make peace. Because Israel cannot live without this kind of strength. It has to be always on its guards. They live like in Sparta, the cult of heroism. We have. Pardon? Yes, I don't know the name in English, yes, but. And they didn't finish their. You know that the Zionists, when they became before 1918, when they began creating kibbutzim, they put some kibbutzim east of the Jordan, because in their mind, the east of Jordan River should go to Israel. But the mandate given to England did not include the eastern river, the east of the Jordan. But I'm sure in their plans there is this ambition to get into the east. I give you 2 examples. There is a road along the east of the river, on the Jordanian side. No Jordanian car follow this road. Why? Because the Israelis decided that. They began to shoot on the cars, and no one car, Jordanian car, follow this road. Second, I don't know if you know, Gabriel Matzneff is a French writer, and he was invited in 72, 73 in Jordan and Syria, and he wrote Les Carnets Arabes. And he was amazed. I mean, he visited the whole region. Okay. No. The whole region. And he remarked that the peasants didn't work this land. And they told him, well, the Israelis don't want. So the Jordanian has no right to work this land. We should maintain specific long-term campaigns focusing on a chosen personality. For example, the Palestinian deputy Khalida Jarrar, who has endured repeated administrative detentions. We should make her the popular human face of our campaign, as the Israelis did so successfully with Gilad Shalit. This could be a way of combating the BDS bans that we are dealing with here and there. In France, the highest court of justice has made it illegal to boycott Israel. We should summarize this journey from Balfour to BDS by a motto which renders all other goals irrelevant: the delegitimation of Israel. Thank you very much.